Disruption can come from anywhere. Disruption can come from the places that you least expected. And the other thing is that disruption is not a one-time event. Disruption is a lifestyle. And the organizations that get this will have a mindset and a muscle around navigating in this new world. And a lot of people ask, what is going to disrupt the hotel industry next? What is the big disruption that's going to be happening next? Well, it's already happening. And I think that we can get an insight around what's happening with other industries and how they're using platforms. I'm just going to cut to the chase. This has been the evolution of platforms as we've known it. You have a company like Amazon. They've aggregated all the third-party vendors together, and then they had all their data, and then they created their own products and put it to the top. A company like Netflix aggregates all the content, gets all the data, and then creates its own content, and then puts it to the top. You see Spotify doing the same thing with podcasts, for example. They're buying all these content providers. They just bought one of my favorite podcast networks, The Ringer, for a couple $100 million. They're aggregating all the content. They're getting all the data, and then they're going to create their own originals. Now for hotels, this is what Oyo Hotels has done. Indian startup coming out of nowhere, wants to be one of the largest hotel chains in the world. Started as a budget hotel aggregator, got all the data, now franchising all their hotels around the world. Their ambition in 2023 is to be the largest hotel provider in the world. I mean, I'm not bullish on this strategy. I think they've scaled too much. That's a different conversation. But this is what they've done. OTAs have not gotten this space, but companies like Expedia and Kayak, they have all the supply, they have all the data. They could very well get into this space as well. You have a company like Meituan in China. They were a food delivery app. And then one day they're like, you know what? Let's see if people will book hotels. And now today, they're the biggest hotel booker in China, usurping Ctrip. They were a food delivery app. Disruption can come from anywhere. And I know in the hotel business, it's a complex business. It's an asset-intensive business. It's not like content or technology where somebody can just come in and do that. That's why I think Oyo is going to have some difficulties, because they've really scaled their data and technology when really hotels is about magic and experience. But the punchline is that if platforms have eyeballs and wallets, they can actually get into anything. And so this is what we have to think about in terms of disruptors. And I believe that one of the biggest disruptors is companies actually building super apps. You're already seeing it in China, where they already have super apps like WeChat, where you can get everything done on one app. Zuckerberg has tried to do this with Facebook, with their core product. They haven't been really successful. But I think the next super apps might be Instagram. We're already doing commerce on there. There's already native reviews on there for hotels and food and whatnot. I mean, it just makes sense that they would build more and more services and features on top of it. That's why Uber is trying to get into the transportation and logistics apps and being a super app for that, and delivery of food and other forms of transportation. And I think the opportunity in front of us all is actually, there is no super app for amazing experiences and hotels. And I believe that this should not be one company doing this. This should actually be partners coming together to build this. I think this is really the opportunity in front of us by creating a super app.